Hey everyone, welcome to Cash for Christmas. My name is Erin, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about why I became a Beachbody coach and how I got here. Um, so, the first thing I want to ask you is, what do you want for your life? Have you ever just wanted more for your life and you don't know what it is, but you know that there's something out there that you are more meant to do? You're going to work every day and you're seeing your friends, you're raising your kids, you're paying your bills, you're doing all of those things that normal people do, but you don't feel fulfilled. Or maybe you're just tired of doing what everybody else is doing. Like you don't want to be normal anymore. You want more. That's where I was in 2010. I felt like there was something else out there for me. I had been teaching in urban education for 10 years. I had just ended my 8-year marriage. I had been living with panic and anxiety disorder for 11 years. I was a mess, but I knew there was more out there for me. So in January 2011, I met my current husband, Brendan. I married him in August 2012. And right away, we were very excited to grow our family. We had 2 kids of our own combined. We wanted more, but wouldn't my dysfunction, I had infertility. So we went through extensive testing and multiple rounds of IUI and IVF. And finally, I got pregnant. We had a healthy, progressing pregnancy. We were sharing it on social media. We were very excited. I was on top of the moon. And in mid-June 2013, I unexpectedly miscarried baby girl Flaherty. It was early in the second trimester. Now, I got to tell you, I've never been suffocated. I've never been held underwater. I've never been stabbed repeatedly. But I can imagine if I had, that is what I would have felt like. It was terrible. I was 15 pounds heavier. I was too fat for my normal clothes, and I couldn't bear to wear maternity clothes. I was depressed, and technically, I was empty. My body was empty. My mind was empty. My soul was just empty. But in July 2013, I knew I couldn't stay in that empty place. I had 2 other kids to take care of, and so I took over. I climbed out of that dark place, and I joined my first Beachbody Challenge group in July of 2013 with T25. It wasn't an easy decision. I was not overly excited about sharing my journey with a group of strangers. I had limited funds, so I had to give up a couple of my luxury things that I enjoyed to get the program. But I did it because I knew I had to. I knew that if I did not do this, I might never find my way back to myself. So, for 10 weeks, I sweat my ass off in a 3rd-floor apartment room. I sweat out my anxiety. I sweat out my stress, my fears. I sweat out my frustration, and I sweat out my sadness. And in doing that, I also sweat off 25 pounds, 5% of my body fat, and over 20 inches. So after that 10 weeks, I found my courage, and I found my energy and my smile, and I went back to Shady Grove for another round of IVF. With just 2 viable embryos, my doctor transferred both to me, and 1 stuck, and we were pregnant again. Fast forward, Kieran was born on June 19th, 2014, about a year after the miscarriage. So throughout that IVF cycle, that's kind of when I found out I was meant for more. I had an incredible outpouring of personal messages and texts and phone calls from so many women who had experienced what I had experienced. Now, I know I talk about this quite lightly right now, but under normal circumstances, it kind of tears me up every time. But I never understood. I never knew that so many people were fighting for fertility like I was. I had no idea. I just always took for granted that, hey, bodies made babies and that's what we did. So those fighters that messaged me and contacted me are the reason I became a coach. Those fighters created a coach. That was my why. I knew I had to help others fight for their fertility. They had to get fit. So I started coaching and I felt really good about it. But then something else happened. I realized that my income was growing. Like, holy cow, like people actually made money doing this. So my number one goal became to save enough money from Beachbody to afford a 1 year maternity leave with Kieran. So while being pregnant and working full time for Baltimore City Public Schools, I managed to save enough money and I took that 1 year maternity leave. Well, during that leave, I made another stretch goal. And I said, well, if I can take a 1 year leave, if I can do this for a year and my income's only going to continue to grow, why not? I love doing this. Why not do this? I fought so hard to have my baby. Why on earth would I put him in a daycare for somebody else to raise him if I had the ability to make that income from home? So I worked during that maternity leave. I worked very hard, and in January 2015, I officially resigned from Baltimore City Public Schools, and never in my life have I felt so good as I did at that moment. I've now been a coach for 26 months. I'm a diamond coach for Beachbody. I'm a full-time mom to 3 children, and my stepson is with us every other week. I do believe that living a healthier lifestyle makes people happier and it makes miracles happen. Yes, I said 4 children. After Kieran was about 7 months old, my husband and I had a conversation that we wanted another baby, but I am just shy of 40, and I said, I don't think I can go through IVF again at 40 years old. 2 weeks later, we found out I was pregnant. Total miracle, right? Woo! So, I am a very busy stay-at-home mom making this business work. I work during the day when my babies are napping, and I work a little bit in the evening after my husband gets home from his job. Since my first group with Beachbody, I've lost a combined 95 pounds, 25 with T25, 45 after I had Kieran, and now 25 after Finnegan's birth. Granted, I gained 60 with Kieran and I gained 45 with Finnegan, so I'm not doing, I have some work to do, but it's all good. It'll go away. I know it will. So I'm a fighter, and I do this for other fighters out there. I can't imagine doing anything else for the rest of my life. I do this for my friends because I know they need some guidance. I do this for my family because I'm providing a financial income that helps us pay our bills. I do this for the fighters out there who need somebody to be a source of hope for them, because I really feel like after an IVF pregnancy and a natural pregnancy, I can be a very good source of hope for people. And I also feel like this is what I was meant to do. I'm so happy doing this. And every time I help somebody, or I get a message from somebody who was struggling with their fertility, and they message me and they say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm pregnant with twins, or hey, I just want you to know that we're going to be starting IVF, or hey, I just want you to know that my doctor's given me the all clear for this medication. It feels so good to know that I am a part of somebody's ability to grow their own family. And that's why I'm a Beachbody coach. So I hope you enjoy your Cash for Christmas group, and we will be seeing you soon. Thanks. Bye.